I'm standing here at the Steamtown National Historic Site in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine that this train track that I'm standing on goes on forever. It never ends. I want you to imagine that this train track is a timeline. So behind me is the eternal past, as far back as you can think. And in front of me is the eternal future, as far forward as you can think. And where I'm standing at is the present. This is our lives. And one thing that I've come to realize through various circumstances is how very short the days of our lives are. You know, as a child, I used to think that I would live forever. But as I've gotten a bit older, I've come to realize two things: how short life is and how short death is. And one of the things that I've noticed amongst myself and so many others is just how consumed we are with this one railroad tie in light of all of eternity. How consumed we are with our existence today. And I get it. We all have jobs and careers and family, and money ranks up there with oxygen. But does this matter? I mean, think about it. Does the eternal have any bearing on our lives today? Psalm 90 says, "The length of our days is 70 years, or 80 if we are strong." James chapter 4 and verse 14 says, "Why? Do you not even know what will happen tomorrow? What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes away." Hebrews chapter 9 says, "It is appointed unto men once to die, and after that, the judgment." People sometimes think that I'm crazy for living this life in light of all of eternity, but think of it the opposite way. Could it be even more crazy to live your life as if eternity doesn't exist? So there was this guy named Blaise Pascal, 17th century French mathematician, philosopher, theologian, scientist, and he came up with this wager that's called Pascal's wager. And what Blaise Pascal says, are you like willing to wager your life on the fact that there is no eternity? And for Blaise Pascal, he thought that was so foolish. In light of the eternal past, in light of the eternal future, how can we wager that this world is all there is, that the here and now is all that exists? See, the Christian approach to life is realistic and hopeful. On the one hand, it acknowledges that death is painful. It's terrible. In 1 Corinthians, it's stated that death is the last enemy to be defeated. But it's also hopeful because in the Christian message, our greatest enemy was defeated by the resurrection of Christ. So if Christ died for our sins and He rose again, there's hope today. God is both in time, on this timeline, past, present, and future, but God is also outside of time. We like to say that God is infinite, and God saw our condition. He's not fazed by this stuff. He's not shocked by the fact that all men eventually die, and He's not surprised that our lives are so short. And so in light of that, in light of sin and death existing in this world, God sent His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, out of His great love for us. God became man, stepped back inside of time, went to the cross, died, was put in the grave, buried, and rose from the grave. See, as Christians, we have hope, we have victory, we have confidence that this world isn't all there is. So why are we so consumed with the here and now when yet eternity has so much bearing in our lives today?